hey. Look at this word. Is it feminine or masculine? It's masculine. And now you're going to be telling me, but Giulia, it finishes with an A. I know. Problema finishes with an A, but it's a masculine word, so you're going to have to use il before it. Il problema. I know. This is something very, very difficult to learn. And so today with this video, I want to give you a list of those terrible words that don't follow the normal rule. Meaning those words that if they're feminine, they might not end in A, or vice versa. They're masculine, but they do end in A. I'm going to be telling you a list of words that don't follow the general rule. So if 90% of the time you will have feminine words that end in A and masculine words that end in O, I will give you a list of exceptions. We will look at the exceptions not only for feminine and masculine, but also with the switch over from singular to plural, because in that case you also have some exceptions with some words, okay? If you're interested in combining my lesson with very useful exercises, I suggest that you purchase this book. At page 9, you have a full list of all the words that I will be telling you today, and you have, following that page, a couple of pages full of really, really useful exercises. If you want some more information on this, just click on the link that you find below in the comment box, okay? All right, let's get started. Look at these words. Città, gioventù. As you can see, these two words end with ta, T-A with an accent, and tu, T-U with an accent. In this case, the important thing that you have to remember is that every time you have words that end in ta and tu, you will never make a change when you're changing from singular to plural. The word is feminine, la città. And if you want to make it plural, you will simply need to change the article, le città, keeping it feminine, plural. Same thing with gioventù. It's going to be feminine, la gioventù. If you're changing it to plural, it will be le gioventù. It's always feminine and it never makes a change. There are not many words in Italian that are feminine and that end with O, because as you know, the general rule is that the feminine words usually end with A. If you come across some of these, remember that they indeed are feminine and that they do not make a change when they become plural. So it means they stay the same. Let's look at all of these words. La radio, le radio. La moto, le moto. Now, I want to show you a little trick here. Moto is the short version of motocicletta. In this case, motocicletta, which means motorcycle, ends with an A. So it's easy to remember that it's la motocicletta. When it's the long version, it does make a change with plural. So you will have le motociclette. Okay? So remember, if you're using the short version, you will not make a change. If you're using the long version, you will make a change. So it's going to be la moto, le moto. La motocicletta, le motociclette. Same exact thing with foto. La foto, le foto. La fotografia, so the long version, le fotografie. L'auto, le auto. If you're making this long, so you're going to say the full long version of it, you will say l'automobile, le automobili. So remember, when it's short, no change. When it's long, there is a change. They all end with an O, but they're still feminine. Usually, words that are feminine and that end with SI do not make a change when they go from singular to plural. Just like these words. La crisi, le crisi. L'analisi, le analisi. La tesi, le tesi. Now, as you know, the Italian language has taken some words from other languages. So if usually Italian words will end with a vowel, if we, let's say, steal the words from foreign languages, we will usually have words like autobus, computer, bar. All of these are not, let's say, native Italian words. They end with a consonant, and all of these are usually masculine words, and they don't make a change when they go from singular to plural. So you will have l'autobus, gli autobus, il computer, i computer, il bar, i bar. Now, do you remember the word that I told you right at the beginning? Problema. Yeah, this word here ends with an A, but it's actually a masculine word. There are a couple of other ones like this, and it's important to remember them and also to know that they will make the plural by changing the A to I. Il problema, i problemi. Il poeta, i poeti. Now, all of the words that usually refer to jobs, okay, professions, many times they end with ISTA, ista. In this case, you usually have the same form for masculine and feminine, but you have two different options when you're talking about plural and singular. So, for example, il farmacista, masculine, singular, will become la farmacista, feminine, singular. If we're going to make it plural, it's going to be I farmacisti for masculine, plural, le farmaciste for a feminine, plural. Same thing for words like stilista, lo stilista, la stilista, gli stilisti, le stiliste, il dentista, la dentista, i dentisti, le dentiste. This next section that I'm going to be telling you about is very important, so heads up for this. If you need to take a little break, give me a thumbs up if you like it so far, and breathe in, breathe out, and let's keep going. There are some masculine nouns that end with co, co, and go, go. They will make a change, and they will make a change like this. All words that will end in co will become chi. So co becomes chi, and the words that end with go, go, will become ghi, ghi. Il tedesco, i tedeschi. L'albergo, gli alberghi. But unfortunately, there are some other words that still end with co and go, so end with co or go, and they do not follow this rule, meaning that they will change from co to ci, co, ci, and go to gi, go, gi. Think of words like amico, which will become amici at the plural form, or the word psicologo, lo psicologo, gli psicologi. Feminine words that end with ca, ca, or ga, ga, will need to have a little extra H when they make the change to the plural form. L'amica will become le amiche. So you see that you have a little extra H and the sound is a hard K sound. Say it with me. L'amica, le amiche. Or la collega, le colleghe. Okay, G-H-E. It's a hard G sound. Now, this little section that I'm going to be telling you now creates confusion also for some Italians. So lots of mistakes are made also when we Italians write things out. Yeah, we're not always perfect. I know it's hard to believe, but sometimes we also have confused thoughts when it comes to spelling and grammar, because Italian is a hard language. I mean, it's not easy to learn. That's why you're here with me, right? Because you need help and you need to learn, and I'm here to explain it and make it a little bit easier for you. So, the rule here is if you have a feminine noun that ends with GIA or CIA, and if these three little letters have before them a consonant, when you make the switch from singular to plural, you will have to eliminate the I. Let's look at an example. Arancia. This word ends with CIA. Before those three letters, you have letter N, so you have a consonant. So when you're making the change and you're going to plural, you will need to drop the I. So l'arancia will become le arance. So you take away that little I. On the other hand, if the three little letters have before them a vowel, you do not need to drop the I. Let me give you an example. Ciliegia. As you can see, this word ends with GIA, and before those three little letters, you have a vowel. In this case, you will say at the singular form, la ciliegia, and you will keep the I when you make it plural, le ciliegie. So you will spell out G-I-E at the end. So if you have a consonant before, the I is eliminated. If you do not have a consonant, but you have a vowel before those three letters, you keep the I. Now, let me give you a list of other words that are irregular and that you sort of need to remember because they just don't make sense, okay? So you have to just simply learn them. So the plural of l'uomo is gli uomini. The word uovo is actually masculine, singular. But if you change it to plural, it becomes feminine. So, un uovo, due uova. To finish off this video, I want to give you a list of body parts that will be masculine in the singular form, but will become feminine in the plural form. Il braccio, le braccia. Il ginocchio, le ginocchia. Il dito, le dita. Il labbro, le labbra. I know I gave you a very, very long list of words, and I know they're very confusing, but do your best to place them in a sentence and make them yours so you will never forget them, okay? For example, for body parts, just go over your body. And when you reach that part, you say, oh wait, I remember the video that I saw with Giulia. Giulia said that there was something irregular about this. Let's go through it, okay? Remember them, and just using them makes them yours, okay? If you have any questions, please write a comment and I will be more than happy to get back to you, okay? Un bacione!